God, I love beating the Celtics. I really do. And especially with every Sully and Murph that walks into that building with their just awful green jerseys. There's just something unctuous about just seeing them. And all those little Tatum and Larry Bird pit stains just waltzing all around the newly dubbed Miami-Dade Arena. There's just a certain satisfaction when I'm walking down to the press conference room and I just see all these O'Keefes and O'Malleys and Oh-No's. So heartbroken. It warms the soul, especially after they try and get their stupid little Jason Tatum MVP chant off the ground for the first time, and the night ends with Bam Adebayo getting MVP chants rained down by Heat Nation. That is true satisfaction. And today was a nice win for your Miami Heat to get to a place where they haven't been, which is 5 games over 500 this season. 27-22 on the year as they take out Boston in what was a real slugfest, 98-95, erasing what was an awful end to the second quarter where Boston went on an 11-0 run and Tatum was really picking them apart. He had 21 in the first half. He was doing Jason Tatum stuff, although I will say, my God, he is the new king of getting every call. I mean, it really is. It is a sight to behold. Like, Spo was like losing his mind in the first half. Like, if Bam Adebayo was getting any of the calls that Jason Tatum was got, I mean, he would be flirting with 45 tonight. He was getting every breath on him was a whistle to the line. But hey, you know what? That's the role in some of these leagues. They get the unfair bounce. One year it's James Harden. This year it's Jason Tatum. All in all, the big story of this game surrounds number 13. Bam Adebayo cemented his all-star spot today with his performance on national television, leading Miami with no Jimmy Butler. So I don't want to hear any belly aching from the Boston Celtics for a couple of reasons. One, the Heat didn't have their best player. 2, you guys played Orlando and you barely showed up last night. So spare me with the idea that, we had a vaunted battle with the Magic the night before. Also, the Celtics have been really good on back-to-backs all season long. And also, you had a lead and you screwed the pooch. So I don't really know. It's not like you were out there partying and you got South Beach flu. But you know that these intangibles will be out there. They'll be carving up every excuse in the book that they can. Get to stepping, dude. And, Bam tonight, his takeover was absolutely masterful. The leading the Heat back from 14 down. And that's what you just have loved seeing from him. For time and time again, he's been badgered about be aggressive. Interviewed him plenty of times about this and this idea of what people want him to be and what people think he should be and think they should define the guy and you should shoot threes and you should do this and that. And all in all, this guy is 25 years old and has made the grand improvement every single year, has been a guy you can rely upon in the postseason, is just one of those guys you want to take to battle with you. And this is going to be his team. Like, it is. It's right now, it's Jimmy's team. It is. It's Jimmy's team, rightfully so. And Jimmy's got the veteran status and the credentials, but make no mistake, people say this is, he's the culture bearer. No, this is going to be Bam Adebayo's team, and it's going to be Bam Adebayo's team pretty soon. Like that, the whole thing that, like, if you look on the other side of the coast, right, with LeBron and AD and how, AD was supposed to take the torch from LeBron and he was supposed to make it easier on LeBron. That's what Bam is going to do for Jimmy Butler. Like that pairing, that is what Bam is going to be. Not only at that, but the kind of chemistry that he and Tyler Hero just have slowly cooked up every single year. They're, yin and yang together. They just work well together. Even tonight, where it was like Tyler Hero couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, but when Bam got going, like, you could see the eyes open up on Tyler and they just kind of went back to it and he found him at the right time. And, and still, even in his moments, Boy Wonder stepped up with a clutch ass shot and a clutch ass steal. So, I really do like seeing those two flourish. The games where Jimmy isn't out there and he was a late scratch tonight with a back injury out of nowhere, which kind of went viral because there was this kid who was in the stands who apparently flew like 4,500 miles from South America to come see him. And he didn't play, and he was like the camera catches him, he's heartbroken. And this is such a big storyline these days of national TV game star doesn't play. And you can see that he was crushed. Now the kid did make out like a bandit. He got like an autographed ball, and I think and Jimmy Butler jersey. I think he said on Twitter that he got Big Face Coffee merch also. I actually wonder if more kids are actually going to pull this now. Not that I don't believe this child, don't get me wrong, but I wonder if this is going to get the wheels spinning where people are going to start just bringing, like, drape themselves in their flag and bring a sign to the game that says, I flew X miles. I flew from Slovenia to come see Luka, and he doesn't play. And now you can milk him for merch. I wonder if that's going to be a thing now. Not saying that this kid was nefarious in any way. I'm just saying, sometimes the good fortune of others sparks the next scheme. Let's get back to the game. No Jimmy Butler. Bam Adebayo was an absolute monster. Took over. This Robert Williams III. I mean, these Celtics fans, they talk about him like he's God's gift to basketball. Time Lord. More like I'm bored watching your game, dude, with your weak ass 11-8. They're trying to say that this guy is in the class of Bam. Time and time again. And he's a fantastic defender. Don't get me wrong. And has had his injury issues. But let's slow our roll here a little bit. Like, he has gone through, he lives a very charmed life in Celtics land where he's not the third best player on the team. He's like the fourth guy on the Celtics of responsibilities. Like, you should be defending your ass off and rebounding your ass off and blocking every shot when you have Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Marcus Smart out there basically taking all the shots. I would hope that you're out there defending like an absolute demon. Not tonight though, dude. It was it was Bam's night. He was the top big man out there, and as Haywood Highsmith said after the game, who we'll get to in a second, Bam, he has been a killer all season for the Heat.
I mean, I've been seeing Bam put the work in the summer and the off season, so I knew it was coming. He's been a killer all season for us, and we go as far as he takes us. One of the best centers in the NBA, and he's definitely an all-star this year. So, when I'm on the court with him, I definitely just see, his will and his power just to will us to a win. Not only offensively but defensively as well. He's a two-way guy, so it's not really a matchup the Celtics had for him tonight. So he was definitely just getting in his bag and definitely killing it.
Bam was getting a lot of praise in the locker room. Tyler Hero asked him about this after the game because, it's been badgered on him, just the stay aggressive thing. Oh, Bam, stay aggressive, stay aggressive, stay aggressive. The purity that it comes with now is just a beautiful thing to see. Like, I think at times last year, and in years past, Bam could take over games from time to time, but it did feel like a little bit forced. This dude's bag is so crisp right now with the confidence in his shot, the moves that he puts on people, when he breaks people down to find a great pass. Like, he just operated like an absolute star tonight on every single level. What he does on defense, I think that almost goes without saying these days because he was also tremendous on that side. But, the thing that's just been impressive is been seeing the work that he's put in, which you never really should have doubted because everybody said he's been a gym rat since he's walked into the league. Probably was a gym rat in Kentucky. Probably was a gym rat as a high school player in Carolina. But, he really just doesn't get the love that these other bigs do in the league. People don't want to call him a center. They say he's not a true center. Stupid. They don't want to put him in the upper echelon in the league with the best big men in the league. Sabonis is out here. He does it for 3 seconds for the Kings, and everybody's ready to crown his ass. Meanwhile, Bam Adebayo spent his entire career stuffing him in a locker and taking his lunch money on the Pacers. But the dude deserves to be in Utah. It's not even a question. If he doesn't, it'll be criminal. This guy probably should be a multiple-time All-Star already. And the fact that he gets snubbed in DPOY talks and all this stuff. And I'm glad that he hyped himself up afterwards today on TNT. I'm glad that he did because I think he learned after a couple of years. He's like, man, no one's going to love you like you. And you got Rudy Gobert out there boo-hooing and crying to cameras about it. And you got, all these other guys out there who, are got the Northeast Celtics machine behind them. Marcus Smart getting Defensive Player of the Year last year, not even the best defensive player on his own team. He's going to have to be that. The Miami Heat just don't have that national backing for whatever reason. All the success, the glamour market. Dude, Flow Rider there tonight. You know what? By the way, a quick shout out to a local legend, because I saw this at the game, boots on the ground. Chad Ochocinco goes up to Bam in the middle of half. He goes up to him. I don't know what he said. I want to know what he said. I would like to know what Ocho said to Bam. He said something. And whatever was rightly said, whether it was, what do you want for McDonald's? Because we know, Chad loves the Golden Arches, or, will you come to my next fight? I don't know. Or maybe he just said, hey, go smoke these fools. Whatever Ocho said to him, Bam went and did it. He took that and absolutely dominated, throttled the Celtics. Tyler Hero after the game, this was him on Bam. The growth in his confidence, he says it's sky high.
So many years, people, badgering Bam, be more aggressive. But, how much are you seeing just the confidence in him and how easy it's just kind of flowing for him this year?
Yeah, obviously his confidence is at an all-time high, but, I think more than ever we're finding him, getting him the ball. That's really an emphasis for our team, to get Bam in the pocket, especially, when I'm coming off the pick and roll, just trying to make the right play. But, he's been taking steps every single year, since I've gotten here on the offensive end. And, he really has no ceiling for his offensive skill set, can continue to get better.
Spo, he believes his big man also should be going to the All-Star game, and really believes that he got snubbed last year.
Yeah,
where's it on your wish list?
Certainly, I'm rooting for it. I thought he should have been an All-Star last year. There's really no reason he shouldn't have been an All-Star last year. He missed 5 weeks. So what? He was playing at an All-Star level. There's been other guys that have missed a month or 5 weeks and still got in. It's deserving, and that's not really my nature, to go out and campaign. I just think he's an all-star, and he showed it tonight, and thankfully it was a big win. It was on TV. I hope people notice, but he really impacted the win.
But meanwhile, after stating his all-star case with TNT, he was asked by Wes Goldberg after the game, was there a little something to this being a national TV game? And I loved Bam's answer here, where he says, the motivation was the rivalry.
And I know whenever you're asked about your all-star case, you're quick to talk about winning first, but just given that this is a nationally televised game, 30-15, was there any extra motivation tonight to kind of make a statement?
Nah, it was the rivalry. They booted us in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, so I feel like a lot of guys on our team carry that.
Goosies. Actually, it's Goosies galore, dude. I love the fact that that's the focus. He knows. Like, this is what, when people say that he is like the bearer of the culture, or the guy who's gonna have the torch handed to him, it's because this stuff matters to him. And by the way, I gotta say to the Sully and Murphs out there, you guys gotta be a little nervous, because this dude is beloved by everybody in the league. He's known Jason Tatum since he's 12 years old. And I can tell you, he ain't going to Boston ever in his career. So if you guys don't win your little championship with Jason Tatum, who knows when your window closes? Already had rumblings of Jaylen Brown making a stink just saying. Very chummy after the games. Very chummy. It's noticeable. I won't do it yet. I won't do it. A little premature. I'm giddy. I love watching all of the Celtics fans waltz out of that arena sad. It really does delight me. Anywho, he got the Magic, the vaunted Magic, who beat the Celtics. They got them on Friday coming into town. Great game by Bam. Great season by Bam. All-star season by Bam. He continues to flourish.